Adrian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and this evening I am joined by...
Yep, we are Dymbur from Northeast India.
You released your new video in a couple of days. How excited are you about this?
Yeah, we're pretty much very excited. You know. So, yeah, we're releasing it like on the 27th, so it's like 2 days from now.
That's brilliant, man. And of course, it covers a really hard and difficult subject, child abuse. What made you decide to go down that road?
Basically, Sebastian, the entire plot of this album is based on social issues. We started our first single with Rape Culture, which talks about the rape crisis in the country. Then automatically, it linked to atrocities against children. So, which is why child abuse came into play.
Right. So you've got a lot of fans, and everyone seems to be really excited about its release date. Are there plans to get out on tour?
We will not be touring anytime soon. We are yet to even step on stage with this new lineup because the band has just recently had a band lineup change. So myself, these two guys here, these two guys are the original guys, Cornelius and Mason. They have been there for 10 years with the band. I've been there now about a year and a half, two. Gaudy, on the other hand, has just joined a few months ago. So, and the same goes for the other members. So it's going to take a little time for us before we start touring or going up on stage.
I can imagine. So coming from India, is it quite difficult to get good media coverage, or do you have quite a big fan base over there already?
The Indian metal scene, it's not pretty good, I mean, like people, Bollywood music is still dominating here in India. So it's very difficult for metal bands, to get a platform for themselves and to get. There aren't big festivals or gigs happening around in India. We just have college fest and pop gigs happening around. So it's very difficult to to be a band in India.
I can imagine, man. I love the intensity and delivery of your sound. I actually got invited to listen to you by one of my Facebook groups, and I was like, fucking hell, this is brilliant. This is amazing. So it must be quite frustrating being from where you are. Have you got or have you had a lot of record labels attention yet or anything like that?
No, none as of yet.
Well, let's hope that will change, yeah? So can you tell us then, once album release happens, what are you going to be doing on that day? Are you going to be doing like a live cloudcast like we're doing now, or you're just going to be releasing it?
No, we're just going to be releasing it on our YouTube channel, and it's going to be out in Spotify and other digital platforms, So we're just
going to hate Spotify.
all of that. So it's nothing huge, It's nothing different. It's going to be that, we're just going to post it up on our social media pages, and it's going to be there, And we're gonna bombard our page with like lots of posts and pictures of promotional things of the song.
Excellent. So you planning to do a follow-up to this video? Are you going to continue the story?
Not a follow-up of this particular theme, but like I said earlier, all our singles now, if we hopefully looking at compiling an album somewhere, hopefully by next year. So all the songs in this album, they have a special theme. I mean, they have a theme, and most of these songs are directed towards a social issue. Yeah. So you can expect the following singles to come through. They also are going to follow around about the same path.
Brilliant. So what inspires you first to become musicians? And I mean, obviously you involve a lot of sorry, start again, man. I'm glad this isn't live. Right. Obviously you're very talented musicians, and you combine the Indian musicianship within your sound, and it's quite unique. Do you think that this might be the I don't know where heavy metal might be leading in the 2022. I think there's a band from Nepal who are getting quite a bit of press over here at the moment. So do you think like this might be the way forward for you guys and this genre of metal?
Yeah, like we've been playing in the band. We've been in the band for like 10 years, and before this, we've been playing gent progressive metal. We had a debut album, and it belongs to the same genre. But the reach wasn't that much good. Though it was like it had quite a good following in the Indian metal scene, but
Yeah,
it was very difficult for us to get a breakthrough. Uh, playing gent metal and progressive metal, all because there's so many like bands all over the world.
yeah.
So all we wanted to do was to try and find a way to stand out from the rest. So since we belong to the northeastern part of India, and we've got like our traditional instruments are different from mainland India. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so that being said, we decided to fuse our traditional instruments with metal. It was very difficult at first, due to the difference in tuning changes and the sound of the instruments. But it was a difficult process for us. But we just tried and we felt that it suited our sound, and this is what we wanted. And yeah, we do think that somewhere down the line, somewhere in the coming future, I mean, like uh, our our style of folk metal will be a part of a subgenre of metal.
I reckon so, mate. I mean, it's different and it's interesting and it's fresh. It's very fresh. Um,
Thank you,
Thanks,
mate.
man.
I think so. So when can we expect a new album? And is it? I don't really know. Obviously, I'm not from India. Is it difficult to get around? What's the nearest city for you to go and play?
It's like very difficult to start up tours out here in India because like India is a huge country, but the cities are very far away from each other where you've got like a metal fan base.
Yeah,
So it's like it's gonna be like say how many, maybe around 1,000 miles from our city, a
wow.
thousand to 1,000 miles.
Yeah,
That's the and we have to go by, and we have to take a flight to get to the next city. It's going to be very difficult for us to travel by road or to rent a van. And like touring in India is very different, like how it happens in European countries. It's very different and very difficult out here.
See, to be very honest, Sebastian, first of all, we 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 don't get gigs. It's very difficult to come by gigs.
right.
Hopefully, I think once we're ready, I think we're gonna start off in our own hometown first.
Yeah,
We have a small fan base here, so hopefully we start off from we come from a little a little city called Shillong,
okay.
uh, which is the capital of the state called Meghalaya. So hopefully we start off here first, and the next city that we might bump into is our neighboring state called Assam.
Yeah,
Then again, with what we're doing now that we've changed the genre, hopefully we start to get more gigs. Hopefully we can pull off a tour.
yeah,
Um, but then again, we are going to wait for all our singles to come through first.
yeah.
Child Abuse, which is coming out day after, is our second single from this, with this fresh group.
Uh-huh.
We are looking to at least produce another three more music videos,
Right.
two of which are already on the pipeline. And so, based on the response that we get with regards to our singles, then we will take a decision as a band, as to what needs to be done next.
Yeah. Well, doing what you're doing, like through social media, obviously it's getting results, and that's maybe the way forward. And so
Yeah.
especially these COVID days and everything, so that's good. And like I say, it's got my attention, and so it'll get other people's attention as well. I want to go back to like your earlier days, and so what was your first album? What was the band that got you into metal or musician?
Our first album is called The Legend of
No,
Thrum.
no, sorry, your first album you ever owned as
Okay,
as
okay,
a,
okay.
as
Ah,
a fan, as a fan.
Sorry for that.
Right, man.
Okay,
So,
mine was Iron Maiden Brave New World.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can't really recall, but I just remember my father playing this cassette of Metallica, but I forgot that album. I was really young back then, and then that I think that was the time when I got hooked to metal music, I guess.
Brilliant.
And Gaudi has not said a single thing. Gaudi, what was your first album?
Yeah, I can't recall too, man. It was very long time back. I think it was a System of a Down, maybe.
We
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Yeah.
In my case, the first album I think would remember would be a Mariah Carey album
Okay.
because I got into metal a little late in life, and you know I'm the eldest from the band. I'm 42, so I'm 41, so
Oh, yeah.
10 years my juniors.
Right.
So when
Right.
I started music, it was usually church music and gospel music.
Okay.
Uh, but one album that got me to play metal, there was this band called Pain of Salvation. The name of the album is called 1 Hour by the Concrete Lake. That was the album that got me to this stream.
Brilliant. So I'm going to go back to. I'm sorry, I'm going on about playing live. I'm a bit addicted to live. We've been locked down for so long. So if you could share a stage with any bands, dead or alive, which three would you choose?
For me personally, it would be Sleep Token, Meshuggah, and Architects.
Brilliant.
What about
Anyone-
yours?
I would definitely like to share the stage with Architects, and then Whitechapel and Meshuggah, of course.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gauri,
Mine, I guess, Slipknot, man.
Brilliant. So the video's stunning again. Go back to that. But what would you say has been your biggest accomplishment so far as a band?
I would say, releasing our debut album, but ahead of that, it would be presently, right after we changed our genre and we tried fusing to, our own traditional instruments, which was never been done before. So I think that is the
That is
biggest,
a great achievement.
the biggest
That's a
achievement.
big deal, man. Yeah, that's a big deal. Absolutely. Because I've gone back and listened to your earlier stuff, and it is hell of a lot different. And I'm glad you changed genre. It's good, man. It's good. Okay. So next
and
question.
just point out one thing, Sebastian. Though we have drifted to folk metal and we are now using our traditional instruments, we are not highly appreciated by our community. We have a kind of a very close knit community that thinks that our traditional instruments should only be used for traditional music, for music that is appropriate with our culture. But what
Right.
we are doing is we are taking those instruments and we are proving to the world that it can be used, it can be fused with other Western music as well. So on that note, we that's why we don't have that big of a fan base here, because most of the people here, they just want to kill us.
Really? Wow. Okay. That's scary, man. Right. But you just got to keep fighting. And I mean, the thing is that you're bringing to attention these instruments to the world. I mean, a lot of us wouldn't even know they existed. So that's a plus, surely, than a negative. Anyway. Okay. So the next question then. If you could rule the world, what would you change?
That's a tough one.
That's the tough one.
A world without politics.
Brilliant. That's a great answer. Okay, then. So the name Dymbur, if I said that right, Dymbur?
Dymbur, actually.
Dymbur.
Dymbur.
For
Dymbur.
people that are not familiar with your band, can you explain what the band's name means?
Dymbur is actually our native language. It's a word of Khasi origin. Okay, we belong to a tribe called the Khasi tribe, and we belong to the northeastern part of India. Dymbur is a word of Khasi origin that translates into fig tree.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so the tree symbolizes strength, and the tree symbolizes strength, growth, and growing anew. So that's why we took the name Dymbur.
Brilliant. Okay. Can you give me 4 words to describe Dymbur?
Forwards. Okay, Khasi Thrat folk metal.
Brilliant. I love it. All right, then. So I want to wish you all the best for the release day.
Thank you
In
so
a few
much.
days. It's going to be
Thank
amazing.
you so much, man.
Right, the next thing then, I'm just going to give you 5 questions, either or either. So the first one, this is for fun, yeah? So vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Vinyl.
Okay. Next one, Vindaloo or Korma?
Vindaloo. Vindaloo, of course.
Definitely. Okay. Thrash metal or death metal?
Death
Death-
metal.
Fresh metal. That's like 50-50.
I'm an old school guy. For me, death metal goes. Anyways.
Brilliant, man. Okay. I'm not going to ask you this one because we'll ask you this one actually. Festival or small intimate gig?
Festival.
Festivals.
Absolutely. And the last one, Bollywood or Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Okay, so have any of you ever starred in a Bollywood film?
No way.
No.
Why not? Huh?
If anyone had started a Bollywood film, we'd be having this conversation right now.
We're doing life somewhere else.
That's brilliant.
Bollywood songs.
Yeah, we'd be playing some Hindi songs, Bollywood songs, running around trees and bushes and making videos, bro.
That sounds like fun. All right, like I say, wish you all the best. Sorry, the video launch.
Speak out first of all. See, right now in our idea, our concepts, our planning, our focus right now is to write music that will create awareness of what is happening around the world. Right now, rape culture and child abuse talks mainly about what's happening in our country, in India. People here have become very insensitive to these issues. Nobody pays attention. When the song comes out and you go through the lyrics of child abuse, there are a lot of facts that have been mentioned there. These are the facts that we want these facts to reach out to the world. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, somebody picks up on it. If there's an organization that is willing to step down to our part of the world and come and help. Basically, that is our main concern, our main agenda.
Yeah.
If we can get help from our other countries from the West, wherein they would come in and help us with all these issues, because it's kind of getting out of hand, and people here have become too insensitive.
Yeah.
So our main agenda is to raise awareness on that, and hopefully we stop all of this. And in our own way, before we go down 6 feet under, hopefully we can create a little bit of a change.
Yeah,
That's
man.
all.
Absolutely. I mean, we do hear a little bit about what happens over there, but not very much. So, but we do hear a little bit. So you're spreading the word, which is mega important. So I just want to wish you all the success in the world and keep in touch. And have a good, what's evening now, isn't it, over there? Have a good evening and rock on, man. Okay. And I'll share the link.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Sebastian.
Thank you so much, Sebastian.
Man.
Thank you for doing this, man. Take care.
All right, Angie. Bye-bye.
Keep in touch. Definitely.
I will do, man.
Too much for granted, and all the time it had grown. From techno seats when first blinded, evolved a mind of its own. Marching in the streets, dragging iron feet, laser beaming heart, ripping them apart. From off I see my perfection, where we can do as we please. In secrecy and its infection was spreading like a disease.